Hey, welcome. So you're looking to jump into the world of online poker? Perfect. You're in exactly the right spot. We're going to break down everything a beginner needs to know to get you from just being curious to feeling totally confident at that virtual table. Let's do this. All right, so the big question is, are you ready to master the table? Let's dive right into the incredible world of online poker. And trust me, it's this fascinating mix. It's part skill, part strategy, and a whole lot of psychology. Okay, first things first. Before you even think about playing a single hand, you need the right toolkit. Every new player does. So, let's go over the absolute fundamentals, the stuff you've got to know to build a really solid foundation. And this right here, this is probably the single most important idea to get your head around from the get-go. Look, anyone can get a lucky card and win one hand, but long-term success, that comes from mastering the strategy and, really understanding your opponents, not just staring at your own cards. Of course, we got to talk about bluffing, right? It's this super powerful psychological tool that can let you win pots even when you have, well, basically nothing. Now, here's a little tip for beginners. Try to bluff mostly when your hand could still improve. We call that a semi-bluff. It's great because it gives you a backup plan in case someone calls you on it. So you're going to find a bunch of different flavors of poker out there. You'll hear about games like Omaha and 7-Card Stud, and they're cool, but pretty much everyone starts with Texas Hold'em. And there's a good reason for that. The rules are just simple. It's the perfect training ground for learning all the core concepts of the game. Okay, look at this. This table of hand rankings, this is the bedrock of poker. It's the absolute hierarchy of power. You've got to commit this to memory, from the unbeatable royal flush all the way down to just having a high card. It's totally non-negotiable because every single strategic decision you're going to make starts right here. All right, so with those basics covered, your toolkit is officially packed. Let's move on and see how all this builds into a super simple, clear path to get you off the sidelines and into your very first online game. And look how simple this is. This 5-step path shows you it's not some kind of complicated maze to get started. I really want you to pay attention to number 3 here. Practice for free. Seriously, use those play money tables. It's the best way to get comfortable with how betting works, the pace of the game, the software, all before you risk even a single dollar. A lot of people think poker is a lonely game. Just you against everyone else. But the truth is, you are not on this journey alone. Not at all. The online poker world has this massive, vibrant community that's actually super helpful and ready to help you learn and grow. Tapping into this collective wisdom from players who've been exactly where you are now, it's one of the fastest ways to speed up your learning curve. And it's so much more than just chatting. It's about being able to post a hand that totally confused you and getting like 10 different opinions on it, or learning about the common mistakes beginners make so you can just skip them. So, where do you find these poker allies? Well, here are some really practical places to start. See if your poker site has any online clubs. Jump into the poker subreddits. They're huge. Find a group on Facebook. These are all places where you can ask your questions, share your hands, and just soak up knowledge from thousands of other players. Okay, so let's say you're playing regularly. You're connected with the community. What's next? Well, the next phase of your poker journey is all about getting better. It's about continuous improvement, actively working to sharpen those skills. And the absolute key to getting better is to be an active learner. Good players don't just play a session and then forget about it. They do what this slide suggests. They use those replay tools to go back and analyze their hands. They watch the pros streaming on Twitch or YouTube, not just for fun, but to actually hear their thought process in real time. That's how you start to think like a seasoned player. And that brings us to our final section, which is, honestly, maybe the most important part of all. See, poker isn't just about the cards in your hand or how good you are at math. It's about mastering your own mind. It's about controlling your emotions and keeping a strong, winning mindset, especially when the cards just are not falling your way. This table lays it out perfectly, the 2 paths you can go down. You've got the impatient player who gets emotional after a bad beat and starts making crazy, reckless decisions. In poker, we have a name for that. It's called going on tilt. Then you have the patient player. They get that losses are part of the game, they stay calm, and they stick to their strategy. Believe me, having the right mindset is every bit as important as knowing those hand rankings. So if there's one big thing to take away from all this, it's this. Embrace poker as a journey. It really is. Master the basics we talked about, practice, practice, practice. Connect with other players for that support system, and always, always, Work on keeping that patient, disciplined mindset. That right there, that's the recipe for success in the long run. You've got the roadmap now. You have everything you need to get started with confidence. The theory part is over, and the only thing left to do is take that first step. The virtual table is set, your first hand awaits. So what's your move?
Start a live chat now to join one of our clubs or ask us any questions. Message at bluffingmonkeys24_7 on Telegram or visit bluffingmonkeys.com and start a live chat.